Hello, and welcome to this video tutorial on your payment solutions. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily make payments, track payments, and use our Solution Center to do so quickly and efficiently. Let's get started with getting logged in. Getting logged in is fast and simple. First, you'll need to go to our Secured Payment Solutions site by entering in this URL into your web browser. As you can see, you will be brought to the user login screen. Go ahead and enter in your username and password and simply click Login. It's that easy. You have now successfully logged into your personalized payment solution center. Next, let's look at navigation and making a payment. On the left of your screen, you will see a long sidebar menu with different payment and service options. Your menu may look a little different or have less fields than mine depending on the services your business is set up with. In today's training, we'll be covering credit card transactions and transaction reports. Let's get started with credit card transactions. Under this category, you will see several different options. The two options that I would like to cover with you in this training are Sale and Void. Let's go ahead and click on Sale. After clicking on Sale, you will be led to the virtual terminal shown here. Note that there are several different payment information fields that you will need to fill out before you can move forward. After filling out all required fields, click the Send Receipt email box and then click Charge. If you did everything correctly, you will see this screen verifying that your transaction was successful. Click the option that you would like, and you will be prompted with the ability to print your receipt or receive an email depending on the option you've selected. You have now successfully made a payment.
Have a question? Contact Esquiva support for further assistance via email at esquiva@tqinet.com.
Next, let's take a look at voiding transactions. Voiding a transaction can be a useful tool for many reasons. For example, let's say you accidentally keyed in the wrong amount for a payment and have already processed the transaction. Voiding a transaction gives you the ability to go back and undo or void the transaction. To void transactions, locate the Void link under the credit card category and click on it. A small window like this one will appear on your screen. If you have your transaction ID located on your receipt, you can go ahead and type it under the transaction ID field. However, if you don't have your transaction ID, you can always search for it. Locate the small magnifying glass to the right of the transaction ID field and click on it. After clicking the magnifying glass, you will be brought to this screen. Note that there are two fields that are available to help you locate the transaction you would like to void. The first section will allow you to search for transaction batches by a date range. Transaction batches are simply a grouping of transactions, usually by the date that they were ran. The second section will allow you to search for a transaction by using different search criteria. For our purposes today, we'll use the first field. Put in the date range that you would like to search within. If you know the exact date, narrow the range to just that day. After entering in your date range, click Submit. Now you will see the transaction snapshot screen. Depending on how many batches of transactions you have that are not yet settled, this list can be longer and display multiple batches. Find the batch that you believe has your transaction in it, and then click on the small magnifying glass next to Not Settled. After clicking the magnifying glass, you will see this drop-down menu with several search options. We will search all of the transactions in the batch by clicking View These Transactions. Locate your transaction that you would like to void and click on the corresponding ID number. Once you have clicked the ID number, you will see this confirmation screen. Verify that this is your transaction that you would like to void, and then click on Void. You will now notice that your transaction ID has automatically populated into the ID field. Go ahead and now click on Void. You will then see the screen verifying the success of your cancellation. Click your receipt option, and you will have now successfully voided your transaction.
Have a question? Contact Esquiva support for further assistance via email at esquiva@tqinet.com.
The last service option that we will be discussing in this video is the Transaction Report utility. Transaction reports will give you the ability to download a series of transactions within a batch into an Excel spreadsheet. This can be very useful for keeping a record of the transactions that you have ran for your business purposes. Locate the Transaction Reports category on your sidebar menu and click on Reports. If you have watched our section on how to void a transaction, this screen should look familiar. Again, note that there are two fields available to you to help locate the transaction that you would like to void. The first section will allow you to search for transaction batches by a date range. Transaction batches are simply a grouping of transactions, usually by the date, that were ran. The second section will allow you to search for a transaction by using different search criteria. Again, for our purposes today, we will use the first field. Put in the date range that you would like to search within. After entering in your date range, click Submit. Now you will see the transaction snapshot screen. Depending on how many batches of transactions you have that are not yet settled, this list can be longer and display multiple batches. Find the batch of transactions that you would like to download and then click on the small magnifying glass next to Not Settled. After clicking the magnifying glass, you will see this drop-down menu with several search options. We will search all of the transactions in the batch by clicking View These Transactions. A list of all of your transactions within the batch will populate, and then simply click Download Transactions located at the bottom of the table. You will then see the ability to either open with Excel or save to your computer.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. From all of us here at TQInet, we are yours to count on. Thank you.